is Hope Mullins, and I have two daughters, Faith, who is 17, and Charity, who is 14. Well, I guess Faith's about to be 18. And I actually work at the Injury Prevention Center, so I am well aware of the risks involved with letting your kids drive and what you can do to prevent that, but it didn't matter because my daughter was doing everything she should have been doing and somebody else's child wasn't. And so what happened was on August 20th, she was driving home from a friend's house, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, not texting, not on her phone, wearing her seatbelt, and the teenage driver who hit her was distracted and not paying attention, and in order to avoid hitting the car in front of him, he pulled out into her lane and hit her head on. It completely demolished her car. I actually drove by the crash, didn't even recognize it was her vehicle because it was really unrecognizable. And I remember going to my friend's house and saying, man, there was this really bad car crash. The front of the car was completely gone. There was emergency crews in there helping whoever was in there. And then an hour later I got a call and went to the hospital and realized that that was Faith. That was my daughter, and I didn't even know it. It took an hour extraction to get her out of the vehicle, and then she was med-flighted to Baptist. She was in intensive care for 5 days. She had compound fractures in her left leg. Her left arm was shattered. She's had multiple surgeries to put that back together. Her right arm wrist was broken and her right leg was broken. So every limb was broken. She also had a heart contusion and a concussion. After we got to come home, which that was via ambulance to bring her home, she was in a hospital bed for 2 months. It's her senior year. So that was kind of hard. The first half of her senior year was gone. All those things she should have been doing. Yeah. Senior pictures. Getting ready for college. It was just gone. I'm sorry. And I think one of the hardest things was when Faith got conscious and was kind of cognizant of what was going on. You know, we were 2 weeks in the hospital. She said to me, "I'm sorry, I'm one of your statistics." And the biggest message that we're promoting is that seatbelts save lives, because it saved her life. And, you know, she was following everything. She's heard it from day one of driving. No distracted driving, wear your seatbelt, be aware of your surroundings. You know, in our family, we followed the graduated driver's licensing. Her passengers were restricted. Her nighttime driving was restricted. She had several years of practice driving before she got to ever drive on her own. And the kid who hit her was 16, so he was a new driver. You know, it's the riskiest time for kids to drive, the first 6 months of driving on their own. And that's, I think, the hardest thing for parents to understand, is that your kid can be doing everything right, but if somebody's kids aren't following the rules and doing the safe things while they're driving, it can change your life. I mean, she's going to have lifelong disabilities and problems because of her crash. So one thing I want physicians and ER doctors to understand is that you need to help parents of teen drivers understand that the laws are there for a reason, and although they may be inconvenient, they're there because we know that that's what works. That's what is going to save our teens' lives, you know. And I'm lucky. We're lucky. Faith is still alive. Every day there are parents who get that call and their kid isn't alive.